location. That is what I am repeatedly saying. It has nothing to do with GPS. It is based on the mobile towers and the location based on the mobile towers, it will tell you. It may be by and large same only, because ultimately you are standing at a particular place, either you use satellite or using the mobile towers, ultimately the location will be same for you. But if the mobile tower signal is not there, if the mobile tower is destroyed in a war, if the mobile towers are not there, if the power is not there on the mobile tower, signal will not come, then what will you do? Okay. Or if internet connectivity is not there, it will be very difficult for the Google map to help you. If the system loses power, or rather you are if it is not able to receive the signal, everything goes wrong. But in GPS, the handheld receiver, its battery run, of course, the power consumption is also less, longer duration it will run. So, many advantages are there. So, again in 2010, the whole of Russian territory was covered. They also launched 24 satellites, okay. And in 2020 they have launched the last satellite, the GLONASS K2. GLONASS K2 satellite was launched, and these satellites are placed at a height of 19,100 kilometers above, and they have a period of 11 hours and 15 minutes. Okay. And they are able to, and India has a tie up with GLONASS. Okay. India has a tie up with GLONASS, and for our military communication, for our military purpose, Indian military is using encrypted signals from GLONASS. Maria is asking Google Earth. My dear, Google Earth is different. तुम लोग तो सब में मर गया अभी. Google Earth is a remote sensing satellite, or IRS, or a remote sensing satellite picture. It's a photograph, and it does not help in navigation or anything. Google Earth is you are taken photograph from the satellite above, and your house and all can be visible, or the street can be visible. Google Earth is a photograph. Okay. Google Earth is using remote sensing satellite data. Here we are talking about navigation satellite, it is a different thing altogether. Okay. So, there is a difference between Google Earth and Google Map and the Google navigation. Using Google, if you are navigating, that is using, as I told you, it is using the towers, okay. The what you call, the mobile phone towers are used, signals from the towers are exclusively used for communication purpose. Google Earth is a remote sensing satellite picture. Anyway, so this is GLONASS. Then the Chinese program is known as Beidou. Beidou, BEIDOU, or Beidou navigation satellite system. So, it is a Chinese navigation system called Beidou. So, they started Beidou 1 in 2000, and then they had Beidou 2. So, by we have now it is called Beidou 3. Okay. Or Beidou is also known as Beidou 2 is known as Compass, second generation satellites, and from 2015 onwards they have Beidou 3, okay, for global coverage, and Beidou 3 has the last one was launched in June 2020. They launched the 35th. They have 35 satellites in orbit. Okay, the Chinese program is known as Beidou 3, okay, and they are claiming that they can have millimeter level accuracy. China is claiming, we do not know, China is claiming, that is why we do not know. So, they have claimed that this Beidou 3 after processing they can have millimeter level accuracy. They are claiming that they will have millimeter level accuracy. So, that is Beidou 3, 35 satellites in orbit, similarly. Okay. Then the European program is known as Galileo. That is called Galileo positioning system. Okay. They are known as so, whether it is GLONASS, whether it is Beidou, whether it is GPS, all of them have military purpose, but Galileo, the European program, okay, Galileo is the European program, and please remember Galileo is a pure civilian program. Okay. Galileo, the European program, is a pure civilian program. See, one fear about all these other programs like GPS, GLONASS, Beidou, all are having a military component in that, and during a war and all, maybe they will switch off the civilian one, but Galileo purely civilian. Okay. And this will help, this will not have any effect on a war and all between these two countries, they cannot switch off, 100% civilian, and it will have 30 satellites it seems. So that there can be for the aircrafts movement, the civilian programs. Okay. So, for the for aircraft, for ships, for cars, vehicles, on trains, everywhere it can be used. So, it has gone live from 2016 onwards. It has been operational, Galileo, and the headquarters is at Prague in Czech Republic. Galileo program in Czech Republic, headquarters at the Prague in Czech Republic, and also it is a $10 billion project. So, 10 billion euro, not dollar, 10 billion euro project, after the famous Italian astronomer Galileo Galilei, that is it has been done. So, the main concern was that it should be civilian, so that no military application, it cannot be switched off even during a war time. And the first Galileo was launched in December 2005. And that is how now in 2018, or rather 26 or 30 satellites are planned by 2018. 26 out of 30, including the spare satellites, are in orbit. Okay. So, that is the situation, and that is the civilian program for navigation. But India also has a program. Now, let me come to the Indian program. Indian program is known as NAVIC, but it is not a global program. Okay, NAVIC or IRNSS, Indian Regional Navigation Satellite System. Indian Regional Navigation Satellite System, and it has been renamed as NAVIC by our Prime Minister Modi. He named it as Navigation with Indian Constellation. Navigation with Indian Constellation. So, this is not a global program, it is only 7 satellites are in orbit. Okay, NAVIC is only 7 satellites in orbit. And it helps in communication, or rather the navigation above India and the surrounding ocean, extending up to 1500 kilometers from the boundary of India. Okay, up to 1500 kilometers from the boundary. Okay. So, from 30° latitude south, so normally anywhere between 30° south to 50° north latitude. Okay, the main area where it is focused. Constellation, अरे भाई अनुराग, तुम अंग्रेजी कब से पढ़ना शुरू किया? Constellation of stars. Constellation means what? अरे डिक्शनरी भी तो देखो यार. Constellation में पहली बार थोड़ी बोला, तुम्हारे कुंडली लिखा है Constellation के बेसिस पे. हाँ, तुम पंडित जी से पूछ के तो सिविल सर्विस की तैयारी किया, उसमें नहीं लिखा है कि तुम्हारा राजयोग है और गजगेसरी योग चल रहा है तुम्हारा. Constellation, group of stars, constellation of satellites, a group of satellites. डिक्शनरी भी तो देखो यार, तुम्हारा कुंडली में कुछ और लिखा है लग रहा है मुझे. Okay, so 30° south to 50° north latitude, and also from 30° east to 130° east. okay, 30 degree south to 30 degree north. So आप imagine करो, very simple, I said 30 degree south to 50 degree north, to 30 degree east, this is India, imagine करो, and 130 degree east. So in this region, this coverage is there. So what is the coverage? Please note once again, 30 degree south to 50 degree north and 30 degree east to 130 degree east. So, so all other navigation discussed till now are global, yes. Control man, okay, but this NAVIC is regional. That is why IRNSS, Indian Regional Navigation System, and what is the coverage? 30 degree south to 50 degree north and 30 degree east to 130 degree east. Okay, and it is again the standard positioning, and it is for Navy also, for military also. So encrypted data, everything will be there. Okay, and right now the position accuracy is less than 20 meters and all. Let us not get into the detail. So basically, what we have done is, but here we are not using a, not in a MEO. MEO means the LEO, low Earth orbit, the medium Earth orbit, then geostation. See, our satellites, 7 satellites are there in IRNSS, and it is all positioned in GEO and a geosynchronous orbit, GEO and geosynchronous orbit. Now, we have on equator, and you know India's position north of equator, all those things you know very well. So please remember this, we have IRNS or SS 1A, 1B, okay, 1C, 1D, 1E, 1F, like this we have launched. Okay, and in this one second. So 3 satellites are launched in GEO, geostationary Earth orbit. So one at 32.5 degree east, okay, 32.5 degree east, another at 83 degree east, and another at 131.5 degree east. So 3 satellites along equator, and then 4 satellites are in the geosynchronous orbit. You know, that is where we have made a slight angle, okay, at 29 degree angle, an inclination of 29 degrees, something like this. Two satellites, not exactly, and that is why it is called GSO, geosynchronous orbit. One at crossing the equator at 55 degree east, and another again a similar thing, but crossing at 111.75, 111.75 degree east. So, for 2 satellites each crossing the equator at 55 degree and 111.75. Basically, once again I am repeating, on equator we have placed 3 satellites GEO, and in GSO 2 satellites are crossing the equator at a 29 degree angle like this. So, as I told you, 32.5 degree east, then we have that is a GEO, then 55 degree east a GSO, 2 of them, then 83 degree east GEO, 111.75 degree east GSO and 131.5 degree east GEO. So, 32.5, 55 degree 2 satellites at GSO, 83.5 1 satellite at GEO, then 111.75 degree east at GSO, 2 satellites will be crossing, one from the top and another from the other side, 2 will and 131 degree east again. So, we have 1 satellite here, 2 satellite at 55 degree east, another at 83, 111 we have 2 and 131.5 another one. So, 1 plus 2 3, 4, 6, 7. So, 7 satellites, 3 in GEO and 4 in GSO, geosynchronous orbit. It is at the same height, but at an angle to the equator, so that we are able to get the facilities between 30 to 50, 30 degree south to 50 degree north and 30 degree east to 130 degree east. That is where the proper navigation facility we are getting. So, we have launched 7 satellites, but out of which, so we have launched IRNS, SS, 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, 1F, 1G, 1H. Okay. So, 3 plus this, then what happened was that we were supposed to have 7 satellites, but 1A's atomic clock failed. I told you, for accurate location we need atomic clock. So, we launched a 1H to replace 1A, but 1H, the launch itself failed, the PSLV failed, because we are launching by using PSLV, the PSLV failed. So, 1H could not reach. So, 1I we subsequently launched to replace 1A. So, functional 1A we lost because of the problem in the atomic clock, 1H did not reach the orbit, PSLV failed, did not reach the orbit. Now, instead of 1H we have launched 1I. So, that is how it is there. We are planning 2 spare satellites also, planning 2 spare satellites. But as I told you, global, it depends on the height. So, now we are able to cover this much in 7 satellites, 2 spare satellites will be there. There is nothing called a minimum, maximum depends upon the full coverage of the earth, okay, and depends on the height anyway. So, that is how the situation. So, India's regional navigation satellite system is in GEO and GSO. All others, whether it is Galileo, whether it is GPS, Beidou, or even in our GLONASS, all are in the MEO. See, GPS, GLONASS, all in MEO, medium earth orbit. Okay. NAVIC available for Indian citizens also, yes. Okay. So, it is there, but only thing is that the signal should be received from the NAVIC satellite, that is it is also has both civilian as well as what you call military application, both. Okay. So, that is how our navigation system, the navigation satellite system, and we have launched it, right. So, that is it. So, I will stop here today, and somebody is asking, who is asking that Suraj is asking, is less than 50 days. I will be talking about some techniques of MCQs and all, please give time. Definitely I will be talking about that, what needs to be done in the exam hall, I will be talking about that also. But right now please cover these things and continue with your revision, and try to have as maximum as possible, except what we are covering in the class these days. The rest you please continue with your revision properly, everything, whether it is polity, economy, all other areas, whatever we, geography, history, current affairs, focus on revision. These things are coming right now. So, that much you spend time for listening and collecting that information, otherwise everything will be, but I will be talking about some exam handling issues, definitely I will be talking about that. So, I will stop here today, I will continue tomorrow on the launch vehicles. Okay. So, that is about the satellites. Now, let us talk about the launch vehicles. Okay. Tomorrow I will be talking about PSLV, GSLV, etc., and wind up the space discussion tomorrow. Thank you. Bye bye.